Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, Biafrans, friends of Biafrans and lovers of freedom over the world. Welcome to Sunrise Daily News Analysis on Biafra Television, a program that has been designed to educate and enlighten you about the happenings in the contraption, the happenings in Biafra land, the happenings all over the world as it concerns the restoration of Biafra. Of course, today basically we are going to concentrate on what is going on in Biafra land. It is very, very important. We'll take note of this and of course let the world understand what we are going through. It's better we sample our opinion to the world. It's better we cry out and let the world know this is what is happening to the indigenous people of Biafra. We are the indigenous people of Biafra, led by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and deputized by Mazi Uchemefo. We are here with a mandate to restore Biafra, and there is no two ways about it. This morning we are reaching from Biafra land. My name is Ngozi Chukwuk and I have with me in the studio this morning
Bright Uriako.
As a Bright, good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome. Of course, Mazi Bright Uriako will be educating us this morning. He will be enlightening us this morning about what we have here. We'll have some things to discuss. But of course, he will be enlightening us the more. He will help us dissect the issues we have here. Very, very important. So that is why no one must be left behind. You must try your possible best to ensure that you share this program, share to your friends, your brothers, your family, ensure they are watching this program with you. We are on our satellite TV, we are on Facebook, we are on Periscope, we are on Twitter. So you just have to keep tweeting the program. If you're on Facebook, keep sharing the program. If you are on any platform, please ensure you copy it from there and share on WhatsApp so that your friends who are on WhatsApp can as well watch the program with you. Then, for the benefit of those who have no access to the internet or do not have the satellite TV, we'll have our Radio Biafra London, our premier platform. So we are transmitting concomitantly on that platform. All you need to do is tell your friends, tell your families, those at home most especially, to tune into Radio Biafra London. They can always get the program there every morning. Once again, you're welcome to today's program. Okay, Mazi Uriako, let's look at what we have here this morning. We have a lot of things to discuss, a whole lot of things to discuss, and first of all, we'll have the issue of plans to adopt hardcore Biafrans, which as a result, a hardcore Biafran was abducted in his home 3 days ago. What's your take on that?
Yes,
there's a Justice Uday at his Ohafia residence.
Yes, last week we were talking about Operation Python Dance 3, and of course, as soon as it was announced, we understood what they meant by Operation Python Dance 3. We, the indigenous people of Biafra, we understand better. We know what they mean. Because each time they talk about Python dance, we know that, yes, how the Python danced in 2017. And of course, each time we talk about military invasion of Biafra land, we actually know what they come for. We are the indigenous people of Biafra, and there's nothing anybody can do to stop us from what we are doing. And you see, like this time around, they have come with the same Python dance again to dance in our land. And with open arms, they have embraced them. The governors, the political elites have actually embraced Python dance, and the effect is that our brothers, hardcore Biafrans, are beginning to, of course, they are beginning to adopt them. They are beginning to whisk them away from their homes. They go to their homes, and of course, with massive military convoy, and whisk them away. So their target is actually the hardcore indigenous family members of the indigenous people of Biafra, and of course they have targeted as many as in Biafra land, because that is what Operation Python Dance have actually come to do. And of course we know that while welcoming them, Dave UMAHI asked them to be professional about it, and of course we have understand what he means by being professional, and the concept of his professionalism this time around is to make sure that you do it secretly. In the past, we knew that Operation Python Dance in 2017, yes, they danced openly, and of course we saw it that our people were killed openly in the streets, our people were killed at home, our people were killed in the highways everywhere. And of course we knew the invasion of the leader of the house of the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, where every living thing was killed, including his dog Jack. And of course that led to today we talk about our leader being in Israel. Something led to it. it. So we knew what Operation Python Dance 2017 was, and of course how our people were brutally massacred in Aba, in UMAHI, in all through Biafra land. This time around, they have launched Operation Python Dance 3, and of course we know the same people that called Operation Python Dance 2 are still behind Operation Python Dance 3. While they wanted to deceive the world, they wanted to deceive those who don't understand. They were saying it is for the whole country, but surprisingly, surprise, the chief governor of course, the leader of the governors forum of the southeast, Igbo state, 5 Igbo states, Dave UMAHI, Opu was the one that, of course, welcomed them officially, the first to jump out if Operation Python Dance was launched out in the whole country. And why is it that Dave UMAHI, of the same Dave UMAHI, we knew about Operation Python Dance 2, that we keep talking about our political elite, Operation Python Dance 2, and the same Dave UMAHI this time around welcomes them with open arms, and the effect is that today we are talking about the whisking away of our people. So Operation Python Dance 2 have actually come, and of course with a kind of system to kill and of course whisk away our people secretly, to kidnap. That is actually what it means, that secretly while you are sleeping in the night, while our people are sleeping, or of course they'll be going to their homes and whisk them away, take them to unknown destination, and what they are doing to them only heaven knows. So we are looking at it from that angle, that what Dave UMAHI means by that being professional about Operation Python Dance 3 is about doing it secretly. It's about the same game they have been playing, and they don't want the international community to know. They don't want anybody to get to know about it. They don't want IPOB to have the pictures, because of course in Operation Python Dance 2 we had all the pictures. Amnesty International published a lot of them, and of course there have been a lot of reports with ICC, with all over the world about the oppression, the oppressive government of Nigeria, and of course the Nigerian army and the massacre they have been committing, the genocide they have been committing against the indigenous people of Biafra. This time around, they are feeling that the only way to stop the pictures from flowing, the only way they want to stop those reports is like what Dave UMAHI have called being professional, and what it means to be professional is whisk them away in the night, and that is the experience we are beginning to have.
Okay, thank you very much, and I'd like to read out what we have here from the newspapers. IPOB alleges Southeast governors plan to arrest members with soldiers. The indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, has alleged that governors in the southeast region have perfected plans to use soldiers deployed to the zone to abduct, arrest, and possibly kill top IPOB leaders and members of the group. The body said that the plot was because of IPOB's resolve to boycott next month's presidential elections. The media and publicity sector of IPOB, more powerful, in a statement said he wondered why Southeast governors had till date never called on the army to attack violent Fulani groups attacking every community in Biafra land, but was always in the habit of wishing death for IPOB members. Powerful, while dismissing the allegation of Ebonyi State Governor Chief Dave UMAHI, that IPOB members were threatening to kill Southeast governors, described the allegation as frivolous and unfounded. He said, those of them parading themselves as Southeast governors have perfected plans to use soldiers deployed to the southeast to abduct, arrest, and preferably kill top IPOB leaders in Biafra land, or anybody suspected to be IPOB member because of IPOB's resolve to boycott next month's presidential election. Boko Haram is ravaging the north, while this same brave army has been humiliated countless times, but Igbo governors slavishly invited them into our land to fight IPOB instead. Years of betrayal and the sacrilegious act committed by Igbo governors and Ohanese against their people through Operation Python Dance is what will kill them, not IPOB. Their Fulani masters cannot save them. This crop of Igbo governors will be recorded in history as the worst of the very worst. We condemn in its entirety the frivolous, unsubstantiated, and perverse statement from Dave UMAHI of Ebonyi State against a movement like IPOB. It appears anything a Quisling wants to renew his slave status, which is nothing master, as he singles out IPOB for verbal assault. We consider the statement credited to Dave UMAHI as symptomatic of the shameful and complicit role these Igbo governors have continued to play towards the death of unarmed Biafrans. Their stock in trade is treachery and betrayal, but unfortunately for them, we IPOB will match them every step of the way until their treacherous scheme is brought to an end. Isn't it sad that Dave UMAHI and his fellow Quislings never foresaw Fulani herdsmen's invasion of our land, but are quick to invite the army to occupy and kill us Biafrans as usual. Okay, first of all, let's start from what you said, that Dave UMAHI asked them to be professional. And how do you think, why do you think it was an order given by Dave UMAHI, the other 5 Eastern governors, to hunt down Biafrans?
You see, it is clear that while they launch Operation Python Dance, Dave UMAHI, the pictures are everywhere, of course, was proud to host them with their flag, and of course they took pictures telling the indigenous people of Biafra that he is here again with Operation Python Dance 3. He showed us the picture to tell us that, see, I'm here again with my guns and bullets, knowing full well that yes, because we the indigenous people of Biafra, we have no guns and we have no bullets. So he thinks that why he is governor is because he has access to Abuja to invite the army anytime he likes. And of course, each time he feels that he needs to ask us to shut up, he invites the army and he announces it, Operation Python Dance. And that is exactly what you see. The pictures are everywhere. And of course, specifically giving the army instruction to be professional. It says that, yes, see, Dave UMAHI is the governor, the leader of the Governors Forum. And of course, we should know who is Dave UMAHI. He is the governor, of course, representing the evil contraction called Nigeria. He doesn't know why he is governor. He thinks the reason why he is governor is to betray his people, is to hand his people over to the masters. Of course, we know when we talk about his strength with the army and of course the AK-47, we actually know why. Because we know that by this time, last year, it was last year that Theresa May came and he said he was going to help Nigeria and he was going to help them military wise. And of course, each time we ask say what we want, each time we come about saying that we know to the oppressiveness, because they don't understand what we're suffering. The governor of the EBONYI state, Dave UMAHI, don't actually understand the plight of the people, don't understand the pains that our people are going through, don't understand what it takes for our people, the people that we are supposed to be in their land, developing their land, are running away, looking for elsewhere to go. And of course, they are crossing. You know what it means to cross the Mediterranean Sea. And of course, when you succeed have crossed the Mediterranean Sea, you find yourself in Europe and you are jobless, and you are being haunted by immigration, you are being haunted by a society that you don't understand. And of course, you see them under winter, you see them under all kinds of conditions. You see our people abroad, these governors don't understand what our people, you know, when we talk about the killings at home, we should also think about our brothers that cross to suffer abroad, because you need to see that while people are sleeping in the night, you see them awake because they are looking for something. They are looking for $100 to send to their poor mother at home, to send to their poor mother whose Fulani herdsmen have driven out of his farm, her farm. And of course, you see them there because they want to make ends meet, they want to find greener pastures, but a good number of them find themselves in jail abroad. So Dave UMAHI doesn't understand the reason why he is governor. That is why when you see him, he has invited the army. Because of what? We said, we are crying out that something has to be done. We cannot continue with this evil contraction called Nigeria, because the evil creation, the evil British amalgamation have existed. It has expired 1914 up until 2014. It's 100 good years. 100 years of experiment has expired, and we want something for ourselves. We want our land back. We want our system back. We want to have our democracy back. We want to have our freedom. We want to be free in our own land, and we are crying out because things are not working fine. There are Fulani herdsmen in our land. There are challenges all over the place, and there's also the oppressiveness of the oppressors coming from the British government, coming in combination with the Nigerian government, and they are sending the army. But the worst part of it is that Dave UMAHI himself, when you talk about the political elites, these are people who we are supposed to be our brother. Dave UMAHI was supposed to understand the plight of the people. Dave UMAHI is from EBONYI state, and of course, when you're talking about EBONYI state, you're talking about Biafrans. These are Zambo, all people from Abakaliki province. These are people that have gone through storm, that have suffered. You know, you need to see the level of suffering in that land. And when the people are crying out, when they say there is something has to be done, we cannot continue in this mess. Dave UMAHI is proud to show us that he has guns and bullets, that the British government and the Nigerian government are supplying enough weapons. He is proud to host the army, and he's coming out with the army telling you that Operation Python Dance 3 is here, and he's clearly telling them, please be professional about it. And what does it mean to be professional? Yes, please don't expose us. That is what it means to be professional. Don't kill like openly like you did in the past. Don't shoot openly. Don't do it. Just do it and hide it. Don't let anybody know. That is what it means to be professional about it. So when you see the British government, they are hiding. Everything is done in the secret. They are not coming out openly. And of course, you see the Fulani Caliphate. They are there running the system. And of course, Dave Umahi is the front man, because they know that he is from Biafra land. So they see it as, yes, he's your brother. And of course, they have brought, and they are using him. And he's a willing stool in their hands. So we are looking at Dave Umahi because he is the one that is standing at the front. He is the one that is hosting the Fulani herdsmen. And of course, when we talk about the army, we should remember that it's the same Fulani herdsmen, it's the same Boko Haram we are talking about, because there's no difference. This is a terrorist army that have been killing our people, that have been dealing with our people. So we are looking at Dave Umahi welcoming the army and telling them to be professional. And what does it mean to be professional? It means to kill in the night, to whisk our people away in the night. So it is unacceptable, because we simply are crying out for a reason. We want our freedom, we want to be free, we want to live in our land as free people. And Dave Umahi doesn't understand our pain. He doesn't understand why our people are running out, crossing the Mediterranean Sea. He doesn't understand why we say we are not going to vote, because he wants to be governor. He wants to retain the seat. He wants to continue serving. Because he thinks that it is now his birthright. Once you are a Nigerian politician, once you are involved, that seat is, you have become your permanent seat. And for that reason, you have to oppress the people to sit on that seat. But it's time we get to tell him no, that he is going to be accountable for the people. They are the owners of the land. The land belongs to the people. The people belongs, of course, he shouldn't be the one to determine what happens. We are the indigenous people, and we have to control it somewhere. We have to wait for him on election day, and that is why we say we must boycott the 2019 election, because the oppressiveness of the oppressor must be stopped, and it has to be stopped on election day through election boycotts.
Okay, thank you very much. Now, IPOB alleged that the reason for the Operation Python Dance and possibly abduction of IPOB leaders and members is as a result of the threat to boycott the election. How true could this be? Clearly, there is no other reason why they have invited Operation Python Dance 3, if not because we've said we are not going to vote. You see, if there's anything they don't want to hear, if there's anything the governors, if there's anything the political elites don't want to hear, is to tell you to say that you don't want to vote. Remember that how furious Governor William Obiano of Anambra State was when our leader said there was not going to be election in Anambra State. That was why you see why the Nigerian system, why the man in Asorok was angry with our leader for exposing the. But you see, Obiano became a willing tool, because the advantage was that our leader have said there was not going to be an election in Anambra State. So he went all furious. He wanted to retain that seat. That seat is more important to him. So you see, they are not actually threatened to shoot our leader if he comes to Anambra State. He said, take it away from Anambra State. Don't talk about Anambra State, because there must be voting. So the only reason why you see Dave Umahi standing up, and of course he's so furious with the indigenous people of Biafra, is because we are saying we are going to boycott the election. So he wants to remain the governor. Governor doing what? Governor sitting on the seat of the oppressor. Governor sitting for this Hausa Fulani, of course, being ruled in proxy, being used by the British government in proxy. Because when you look at the British government that you see today, it is the Dave Umahi and the rest of them. There is no British government. They are there in Britain, but they are using them. So why you see Operation Python Dance, there's no other reason why Operation Python Dance have been called up, if not because they want to use the military to stop IPOB from saying no. And why are they going after our principal officers? You need to ask. That is the primary question, because they know they want to weaken the system. They want to weaken the people. They want to make people know. They want to disorganize IPOB, so that nobody will be at the front to organize meeting. Nobody will be at the front to organize protests. Nobody will be. So that's why they have targeted principal officers, and they are going after them in the night. So that is why you see that the only reason they could do that is because they want to remain on that seat. Dave Umahi want to remain governor. It doesn't matter if all the people
all the Ebonyi people have died. He doesn't care. What is important to him is that he is in that seat. And of course, you see that Hausa Fulanis are already replacing the people. Why they kill our people in Ebonyi? You see that they are already developing. He is already developing communities for the Fulanis. So what is important to Dave UMAHI is that he wants to remain governor. And whether the people live, whether the people are alive, it's not his business. What is important is that he must remain on that seat. So the only reason why Operation Python Dance 3 has been called is because we, the indigenous people of Biafra, have said we want to boycott the election. And that is what we must do, because what we say is what we'll do at the end of the day. Okay,
thank you very much. So, how could they have thought that arresting IPOB members and IPOB principal officers could stop us from boycotting the election?
That is where they are getting it wrong, because they don't understand what they are doing to themselves. Because you see, in the past they have used brutal force, and of course openly. They thought that by the time they start shooting us, we will stop. And by now they would have known that the pain we are bearing is too much. You need to understand that, you see, we have watched our people die openly since 1967. Our blood has been flowing. There's nowhere on earth where civilians have been massacred as much as they have been massacred in Biafra land. And it's not just something that happened within days or weeks and stopped. Since 1967. And of course, we talk about 1945. We take it back to 1945. So up until now, Biafran civilians have been massacred openly. And they have continued, and we have lived and we have seen blood. We have seen our loved ones die before our very eyes. We have seen our people fall. They shoot openly in a crowd, and of course you see your brothers falling before your very eyes. We have seen blood, enough blood that they did this thing thinking that they would terrify us to stop. But they have seen that we cannot stop. So they now think that, okay, if they disorganize us, you know, they feel that the problem is that somebody is creating awareness. That is where their problem is now. So they want to stop those who are creating the awareness, those who are making the organization work, those who are making the IPOB family members, to putting them together. So that is why you see them going after our principal officers. And of course they feel that by the time they do that, they will weaken us. But you know, they are foolish in the sense that they don't understand that there's no way you can touch any Biafran and go scot-free. There's no way you can abduct our brother or one of us and think that you will be sleeping and we won't know. There's no way you can touch one of us and think when you touch one, 100 will stand. Don't you understand that in Operation Python Dance 2, they thought that by the time they went after the Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and invaded his home, that they would kill IPOB. In fact, they came out and said they have defeated IPOB. They were proud and they were saying it openly that IPOB had been defeated because they felt that they actually killed him. They thought that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was there. They thought they had finished their game. And of course, they felt that, yes, after Operation Python Dance 2, that we have finished the game. So that's why you see them targeting our leadership, targeting our leaders. So they want to do it and end the journey and make sure that they disorganize IPOB. But they forgot that when they went after Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, as soon as they invaded his home, millions of Biafrans all over the world rose. That was even the time that so many people that refused to join IPOB family joined. So many of them that were sitting on the fence jumped down from the fence and joined the people. So they didn't understand this aspect of IPOB because they thought that by the time they go after one leader, that they don't understand that other 20, other 100, other thousands will stand up. So that is their foolishness. So they are doing it because they want to weaken us. But they must understand that IPOB, we are resolved, we are focused, we have died enough. And when we say enough is enough, we are not joking about it. In 2019, we are actually here to show practical examples that enough is enough. We have been saying it, we have been evangelizing, and of course it pleases the BBC that we cry all the time. The British government, they want us to be crying. Of course, we remember that in Navy, the BBC was proud to report, BBC, they said under IPOB team Navy, that was what they reported. They are happy that whenever they shoot and whenever they kill, that our people are crying. But the time of crying is enough. When you touch one IPOB, 1,000 will stand up because you cannot actually stop us. We are determined. When we say enough, we say enough is enough. And when we say it, we will do it. This 2019 is not the year to cry. It's the year to take steps. It's the year to stop the evil. And when we say election boycott, every member, every family member of the indigenous people of Biafra, anywhere in Biafra land, understands. Even those of them abroad. So stop going after our leaders, going after the principal officers cannot change anything. We are focused and we are determined.
Okay, thank you very much. We are focused and we are determined. Now on the area of the arrest of Justice Uday, IPOB accused the Deputy Governor of Abia State of being behind his arrest. Let me read from what we have here. So the operation that lasted like 45 minutes or more was carried out by Nigerian military and few Nigerian DSS men spotted among them under the collaboration of the Abia State Deputy Governor. Arrest, kidnapping and adoption of this kind cannot deter IPOB from what they are fighting for. We have to we have to let the world know what is happening. So how could I know the Deputy Governor of Abia State is from there, is from his same locality, yeah. So why do you think these people are hell-bent on arresting their own people just because they do not have the same ideology, or we do not agree on the same thing?
You see, these people don't understand something. IPOB, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, said something. He said that IPOB, they say, while addressing Okezin Ikpeazu on the arrest of the Jewish brethren, of course, he said something. He said Okezin Ikpeazu must fall. And of course, to him, what he understands is that IPOB wants to kill him. He forgot that we have no guns and we have no bullets. He has the guns and he has the bullets. But we simply mean that that evil government must fall. That is what it means. And of course, the deputy governor, all of them, we talk about, remember last time we were talking about Abia State. Abia State have actually been targeted. And of course, each time you talk about Operation Python Dance, look at, just measure it and see what happened. The first place you see the Python dancing is always in Abia State. And you ask yourself, why? Why is it that every 10 years you have serious killings going on in Abia State? What happened? You traced it back to 1929. Always remember that anytime you see these people acting, it is based on history. Yes, you see the deputy governor, you see the governor of Abia State, you see all of them. They are doing duty, primary duty for the British government, because the British government is so angry with Abia State in particular, because it was in Aba that they met the first opposition. The first people to stand up to stop the British government, and of course from there we knew that that was the beginning of what they call independence. They ran away and gave now power to these people that they are using to rule in proxy. So since 1929 up until now, they have always targeted indigenous people. Don't forget that every 5 and 10 years they will always do something that would attract mass killing. Of course, a lot of atrocities. You know that in Aba, people have died. You know the suffering in Aba. There's nowhere on earth that you have a people that as industrious as the people in Aba is. You have the people that are as industrious as Abia people, and of course with the whole blessing in the land. And you see, measure the suffering in Abia State. You see that it cannot be compared to anywhere on earth. You have people that have worked hard. They walk through sun, they walk through the rain, they do everything to survive. At the end of the day, they cannot find a means to survive. They will trade, you see them manufacture things, but they have no food on their table. After working hard, it is a clear plan from the British government because of their 1929 Aba women riot. That is their anger. Up until now, that plan has been there on the foundation. And anybody who is governor, anybody who is going to be governor or deputy in Abia State, do duty for this British system, for this Hausa Fulani, and of course the British government. And their duty is what? To identify those people who are actually trying to stop the British government, who are actually trying to stop the evil government. And that is why you see our brethren were unlawfully arrested and they kept in detention for a good couple of weeks. That was why you see that the governor himself is out doing duty. When you see them arrest, they are simply doing the duty that we are employed to do, because these people are being used to rule in proxy. They are being used to stop the people from raising their heads. And that is why the deputy governor goes to his own community, goes to his own place to look for our leader, to look for one of us, to look for a hardcore Biafra. And that is why you see them organizing, coming with a great convoy. He wants to stop the indigenous people of Biafra because he feels that this man is about to remove bread from his table. So he sees his own brother as his enemy. Is that not the divide and rule we are fighting? That is what it means. So his strength, he feels that he can, the only person he can target is his own brother. And of course, that is why you see, when you talk about the evil contraction, when you talk about the divide and rule system, it is about the British government, it's about the Fulani government placing people in your communities to monitor you, to kill you. And when you are, they see you are working hard, they support you with the army. Theresa May came here and she made it clear that she was going to support you the military might, and that is why you see that Operation Python Dance was launched on election. You know, when they talk about election, they are talking about democracy. They are talking about free the people's way to determine their future, their future leaders, their leaders. And of course, you see now that politicians, and of course in collaboration with the British government, have invited the army, and that is why the deputy governor has to also play his own role. And of course, he wants to be the first. And in his own area, he's looking for a hardcore Biafra, and the army are going after him in the night because he wants to retain that thing, that oppressiveness. He wants to stop the people. He wants to suppress them. He doesn't want them to speak out. He doesn't want any voice to be heard. He wants the people to be quiet, and be quiet with AK-47. He wants to, you know, they have always targeted our leaders. Remember how the leader, we cannot forget how the home of the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra was invaded. So that is how it has been. That is why you see them coming with heavy measures. You see, going to a man's house in the night with convoys of vans full of military men and heavily equipped, armed to their teeth, going after him in the night. So that is the evil we are talking about. So it is because of the hatred that they have for Abia State. Abia State in particular have suffered more than anywhere on earth, because you talk about the people dying every time they come out with hard measures to kill the people, to shoot the people, and of course hardcore Biafra waste cannot be stopped. Seeing that we cannot be stopped, that is why you see that the governor, the deputies, and of course with those who are working with them are working hard to trace our people, to trace the hardcore Biafrans to their homes. So the deputy governor simply feels that yes, he wants to be at the forefront, since his master had actually arrested the Jewish brethren. Of course, he has played a role. He too wants his name to be heard, because you know, when you do such duties, then Abuja will recommend you for the next position. He's looking for something. He wants to remain in the position, so he wants to play a role to prove to his masters that he is capable of doing the job. So that is the only way. If you want approval from Abuja, if you want approval from the British government, then you kill the indigenous people of Biafra. You send the army against them. So that is why you see the deputy governor is also doing it in his own local government. He has gone to arrest a hardcore Biafra, and that is it. He is proud of it, and he just does it, and he feels that he can get away with it. But the time has come that when we say enough, enough is enough. Those people that they have targeted, our brothers they have targeted, cannot, of course, they did it in the past. This time around, we are not going to watch it happen. This is 2019, and when we say we want to stop this nonsense must stop.
Okay, thank you very much. And yesterday we also have another report that another of our brother, a hardcore IPOB member in Enugu, in person of Emmanuel Chibo of Ababa Zone, was equally arrested yesterday morning, 3 a.m. You know, coming to make an arrest at that particular time, what does it signify? You see, we call it arrest.
When you look at it, it's not an arrest. And
to an unknown destination.
You look at the Nigerian army coming to arrest, not the police. This is the Nigerian army. And of course, the Nigerian army coming to arrest by 3 a.m. and they will put down everything in their house because they want to whisk him away, not because they want. They don't say, they simply want to take him. And of course,
according to report, the house was broken. It wasn't as if they came and knocked and said, "Okay, we want to arrest you." His residence was destroyed. They broke through his room and took him away.
That is it. Just like we are in a civil war, that is what they are doing. You know, when we say we want referendum, they declared war against us. That is the war we are talking about. Because people are thinking, you know, because we are not with arms and we are not with bullets, we are not raising up arms, they now take advantage of it because we are not fighting back. So that is why they will go to our brother's house in the night, a hardcore Biafra for that matter. Because you know, when we are talking about how they have spotted our people, they look for them, and of course they know where they are located. And this time around, we talk about one in Abia, we have seen another one in Enugu, and of course all over Biafra land they have targeted people, and of course they are going after them one after the other. You know, once they launch Operation Python Dance, these are the things we have begun to see. Going after him in the night, and of course pulling down his house. telling you that the same thing they were doing, they went to do in the house of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is something. There's no difference, because in the house of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, they went there and they shot every living thing. They felt anything that is an opposition should be pulled down, and they killed, including Jack the dog. And so going to our brother's house is the same thing, the same method. They're going to pull down everything in his house just to make sure that they take him away, because this time around they have to make sure that they are doing it professionally. You know, that's the definition of being professional about it. So you have to pull down the house, make sure that nobody understands. In fact, at a time they are going by 3 a.m. so that people will think it was armed robbers that came. You know, you don't have to trace it and say it was the Nigerian army. People, those who don't understand, will think it was the... In fact, the army would deny it was not them, because going by 3 a.m., there's no reason on earth why a full-blown, fully equipped army, you know, armed to their teeth, will be going to a person's house. By 3 a.m., he's not running to anywhere. He's a member and, of course, proud indigenous person of Biafra. He's moving about freely. What on earth should make them go to his house? And, of course, by 3 a.m., and pull down everything in his house and whisk him away. So that is to tell you that they have actually come with a method. We have come with a system, and they will instructed them to be professional about it. So that is the method, that is the system, that is the professionalism they want to adopt, whisking our people away to unknown destination. And of course, when you go, leave no trace that it was an army that did it. That is what it means. So they are doing it, and they want to do it as if it was armed robbers, that it wasn't actually the Nigerian army. That's why they will put down his house by 3 a.m. and whisk him away.
Okay, thank you very much. Would like to read this particular news from the dailies, from the Nigerian dailies, still about the threat. The IPOB threatens to kidnap us, Southeast governors. Southeast governors have raised the alarm that members of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, a separatist organization led by Nnamdi Kanu, have threatened to kidnap them. The chairman of the Southeast Governors Forum, Dave UMAHI of EBONYI State, disclosed this yesterday at Nwego Military Cantonment in Abakaliki during the flag-off of Operation Igweke 3 by the Nigerian Army 82 Division. The governor said the threat was received via text message sent to his wife. His words: "The GOC, you are coming at a time we had notes from our brothers and sisters of IPOB sending text messages that there will be no elections and insulting the leaders, particularly the Southeast governors. Just a few days back, they sent text message to my wife that the 5 governors of Southeast will be kidnapped and that their security would overpower that of the governors, and that after ransom are paid, they would kill them and kill themselves." This is laughable. As a leader in the zone, I must say that some of their complaints are genuine, but the approach is very bad. That is why the leaders of Southeast are not in support of their approach. So I use this opportunity to ask that other geopolitical zones have a youth pressure growth, but their approach is not the same. And so we are not against them, but their approach. And as Chief Secretary of the state, I do not welcome them. Ebonyi State is not part of Biafra. We are a sovereign state. We don't want to be colonized again. We are a state demanding better treatment in the affairs of our nation. I know they will attack me in social media, but it doesn't stop what we are doing," he said. Just a few days back, ahead of a new clash of some cult groups, the CP and director of SSS informed me, and I thought that the matter is laid to rest because we had an agreement that there will be no cult clash again in Ebonyi State. And so I want to let them know that I will be directing Operation Igweke 3 to them because they have breached the agreement, and I know all of them one by one, he said. Speaking earlier, the General Officer Commander 82 Division, Major General Abubakar Makobi, said the exercise for the first time will be conducted simultaneously across the nation. Makobi further assured residents in the Ebonyi State and the Southeast, including other states, of Army's professionalism in discharge of their duty during the exercise and thereafter. He also said the military would be neutral in the forthcoming general elections. Okay, you've heard it. Dave UMAHI said IPOB sent a text message to his wife, and he had no other place to lay his complaints if not the army.
You see.
So how do we describe this? First of all, how do we describe such allegation? A text message to his wife's phone.
You see, the politicians are full of vices, evil. Because when we want to talk about how evil these politicians are, until you see these things happen, people won't understand how evil they are. because the indigenous people of Biafra, we don't do things secretly, we do them in the open. And of course, we know that our leader spoke extensively against the unlawful arrest of our brethren, Jewish brethren in Abia State, precisely in Abia State. And he directed it to Okezin Ikpeazu, say the government of Okezin Ikpeazu must fall. He made it specifically that the government of Okezin Ikpeazu must fall. But the indigenous people of Biafra are not known for kidnap. The IPOB family members are the most peaceful people you have anywhere on earth. We all over the world, wherever you find the indigenous people of Biafra, are always peaceful. We raise no arms. We do not kidnap. We have no form. We don't involve ourselves in any form of violence, violent activities. Rather, it is the politicians we know that have always come with the AK-47, with the weapons, with the all manner of sophisticated weapons to kill us. So, talking about kidnap, IPOB have no record of kidnap. And of course, talking about his wife receiving a text message, they can formulate anything and claim that IPOB send them text message. IPOB do not send such text messages. And of course, you have nothing to do with governors kidnap. What on earth would make us kidnap the governor? We are the indigenous people of Biafra. If we want to kill the UMAHI, there are better ways of killing him. We raise the sand against him. The earth can speak against him. There are ways of doing it. But the truth about it is that we kill nobody. We are simply asking for something. We are angry with the situation. We are angry with the system. We are angry with the colonization. We are angry with the slavery. And of course, the killings have to stop. That is what we are simply saying. So Dave UMAHI coming out to say that IPOB threatened to kidnap, it's a lie from the pit of hell. Because if we did not kidnap Okezin Ikpeazu, if we did not kidnap in Operation Python Dance 2, if we did not kidnap the John Nnewodu, then of course the Ohaneze would have been proscribed by IPOB. If we did not kidnap Biafran of Anambra State, why on earth should we kidnap Okezin Ikpeazu and his wife? So these are simple political games that he is trying to play. There's no reason why he will be talking about that. If not, he's looking for a point to justify himself inviting the army. He wants to justify the reason. And of course, this time around is very clear, because in Operation Python Dance 2, they were denying that they were not the one that invited the army. But you see, this one, things are actually happening, and Chokikadiama is making it clear that the world will understand what our leaders have been saying. What we have been saying, that these men are actually the one behind Operation Python Dance 2. They were the one that practically invited the army. And of course, by telling you that the reason why he invited the army is simply telling you that he is the one that invited the army, and that his reason is because he's afraid. He's afraid because he has made a faulty foundation. He's afraid because he's against the people. He's afraid that he's fighting the people. And of course, his fear is that one day the people can rise up against him. So he is simply standing on the fear he has created himself, because he is afraid that he has lived a faulty life. He has done something negative. He has actually betrayed the people. He has actually worked against the land. He has actually worked against the masses. So because of it, he is living in fear. He created the fear himself. If anybody kidnapped, he kidnapped himself, and of course with the same fear, because he has surrounded himself with Hausa Fulani slaves, with Hausa Fulani soldiers and all that. So on earth, if anybody wants to kidnap, should it be David UMAHI? What are we doing with anything we've got to do with him? His dead body would not do us any favor. We want Biafra restored, and of course not even his wife. We have not talked about real people. We are talking about his wife. You see, when we are talking about people, we should not even be talking about the wife. What are we doing with Dave UMAHI's wife? So we are talking about our freedom, and Dave UMAHI simply wants to justify that this time around he called for Operation Python Dance 3 because he wants to protect himself towards the next election, because he knows that we said we are not going to vote, and we are here to march around the street of Biafra and tell our people that why we are not voting. So he wants to stop it, and he wants to justify it because he knows that once we stormed the streets, he knew what it was. When our leader went to EBONYI State, he knew the crowd that went with him. So he was afraid that such a crowd coming, and of course he cannot stop them. He's looking for just any reason at all to kill. So that is why you see he's talking about kidnap. What on earth would he be talking about kidnap? IPOB have no history of kidnap. IPOB have no record of violence. IPOB are the most peaceful people anywhere on earth, and the most peaceful freedom fighting movement anywhere on earth today. So you cannot be talking about kidnap. IPOB don't do kidnapping. We live in our land. Where are we going? Why should we be afraid of the slave and of course the slave master? We are not afraid of them. They are the ones. Their fear is haunting them. They are being hunted haunted by the fear they created by themselves. So the kidnap is talking about is just about him creating fear for himself. So Dave Umahi have done so many negative things and he's afraid. So calling Operation Python -3, he is simply clarifying it that he is the one behind Operation Python -3, and the reason is because he has created fear for himself.
Okay, so now talking about IPOB threatening him, is the Nigerian army the right people to lay his complaint to?
Okay.
What are his intentions by laying complaints to the Nigerian army instead of the court of law?
You see, because he has lost his senses. In the first place, you receive a text message from a person, unknown person, because I'm sure that IPOB leadership don't send such text messages. Of course, he cannot be claiming that IPOB sent him text message. From what angle? Is it from Germany? Is it from our leader in Israel, or from any of the families in his locality? There's IPOB family members in this locality. Which of them? Can he point out exactly which family that sent that text message to him, inviting him to meeting or what? So Dave Umahi is simply lying because he is trying to justify. IPOB don't. Of course, if as the chief secretary of the state he received such message, he was supposed to understand, know who sent the message, and of course, if possible, make some complaints and make some arrests at the chief secretary of the state. And of course, if he feels threatened, he should do something about not accusing the whole indigenous people of Biafra of kidnap. You know, it's just like a child's play. It's just a stupid allegation to the most peaceful indigenous people of Biafra. So Dave Umahi have actually lost his senses. He cannot be talking about the allegation of kidnap. We the indigenous people of Biafra don't do kidnapping, and of course if there's a kidnapping group he has created in Ebonyi state, he should be the one to fix it, because when we know that anytime there are kidnaps, it is also the same politicians that plan it. When you talk about most of these issues that have taken place in the past, it's not politicians when they are fighting themselves, when they are dragging who will be governor and who will not, who will go to, and they fight themselves. We know that when you talk about cult and counter groups, it is not the ordinary people that do that. It is the politicians. They have the guns, they have the bullet, they have everything. They have the security, they have the police, they have the court, they have everything. So he should actually deal with his co-politicians, and of course they should sort out themselves. But pointing accusing finger to the peaceful IPOB who are going about on their lawful duties, and of course evangelizing, because we are in our land, we have to say what we want. We have simply said we are not going to vote, and of course our offensive diplomacy, you know, that is what it has resulted to. We said yes, we are going to say it to their front, we are going to tell them that we don't want to vote. As simple. And of course he knows that in one of the states that was chosen as one to launch the approach is Ebonyi state. You know that because our leader made it clear that our farm settlement, one of them is going to be situated in Ebonyi state, and for that reason he is also afraid. So these are the things that we are talking about. So when we talk about offensive diplomacy, that we are going to do start rebuilding our land, and they are going to be angry, he is beginning to show those anger that we are talking about. So he is just being afraid that, see, the establishment of this farm settlement will actually create an awakening, will actually help the people, and of course it makes him irrelevant as a governor. So he feels threatened, he's afraid, he feels that yes, something is happening that actually will make him so irrelevant, and he now looks for means of targeting the indigenous people of Biafra. And that is why, instead of course treating security issues that he has among his co-politicians and of course settling themselves, he's targeting IPOB, because he is afraid that we are taking back our land, we are taking back our freedom. So he shouldn't be afraid. This is just early 2019. More things are coming, because we are actually coming. When we say we are restoring Biafra, we mean every bit of it. We are focused, and Biafra must be restored. No devil can stop it.
Okay, thank you very much. And of course, as a reaction to that, IPOB has made a press statement where they stated that years of betrayal and the sacrilegious act committed by both governors and Ohanes against their people through Operation Python Dance is what will kill them, not IPOB. See, their Fulani masters cannot save them. This crop of Igbo governors will be recorded in history as the worst of the very worst. We condemn in its entirety the frivolous, unsubstantiated and perverse statement from Dave Umahi of Ebonyi State against a movement like IPOB. Okay, now the question here is there nothing IPOB can do to protect IPOB members more than before. Do we end up in a press statement? These people that have been arrested, what is their fate?
You see, we are talking about Biafran intelligence. Yes, IPOB are working very, very hard. And of course, when we talk about Biafran intelligence, we must discover where those people have been taken to. I'm sure that our volunteers are working hard, of course, looking for our brothers that have been kidnapped. We have no guns and we have no bullets, but our intelligence have to work. Number one is identify where those brothers that were whisked away have been taken to. We have to do that, and of course it's our responsibility. So when our leader said that this year we are going to work hard, that is what it means. Because when they come, of course, we send our people away, we have to look for them. We have to know what is happening to them, and of course we have to also go work hard. So when you ask what IPOB is doing, it's not only press statement. It is not only in press statement. There are so many areas that our leadership are touching, and of course, with in the process of time, most of those areas will be unveiled. So our leadership is taking things step by step. First is that those that have been arrested have to be, our intelligence have to work hard to discover where they have been taken to, and of course we must do something about them.
Okay, thank you very much. This moment we'll be going on a break, and while we return, the lines will be open for you to call in and make your contribution. But before that, we'll have a question. Today's question reads: over 150 Biafrans were massacred in Kano as a result of political crisis in Ibadan. This crisis led to a protest for the alleged maltreatment of northern political leaders, which paved way for the massacre. The question is, which year did the massacre took place? And the winner will be going home with a small radio. Call in and give us your answer. We will be right back in the next 5 minutes. Stay tuned.
We've had very serious problems with Christians who have been murdered, killed in Nigeria. We're going to be working on that problem, and working on that problem very, very hard, because we can't allow that to happen.
IPOB, we worldwide. DJ Risky, the real bets.
Everything we've been through got us here now. Yeah. Everything we've been through got us here now. There's no one they can give to us better than Nandi Kanu. And the hatred was only too they gave us fight on them. There's no amount of killings will kill our love for our country. There's nothing they can say to us, we keep us from each other. Chumpo Kike Abiyama, we're calling on you today. Where everyone else failed us, only you we trust. Chumpo Kike Abiyama, Omogina Ogita, Wewe Suna Bagwani, So Kibucha. There's no one they can give to us better than Nandi Kanu. Every hatred was all it took, they gave us crocodile smile. There's no amount of killings will kill our love for our country. There's nothing they can say to us, will keep us from each other. Chumpo Kike Abiyama, Omogina Ogita, Wewe Suna Bagwani, So Gibucha. God the Creator Almighty, we're calling on you today. Where everyone else failed us, only you we trust. Zobu, 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 together we call your name, Yahweh.
Benjamin Madubugo,
Together we call your name,
Yahweh.
Together we call your name, Yahweh.
Strong
smart, dedicated people, Humpty Dumpty sat on the wall. Nigeria broken, can't be fixed. Igbo love themselves, they know that. Do you really know what it means to be evil when really got no one but yourself? Don't want Paul, you can say your prayers, get in touch with the ancestors. Know yourself and who you are, where we're from and where we are headed. Coaches everything to our people. Seek you first, the kingdom of God, and join the fight for Biafra freedom. Don't let nobody tell you otherwise. Biafra's coming, I see how clearly in our hearts is where she's been, but we go let her out for the world to see how beautiful she is. Biafra,
together we call your name, Yahweh. Together we call your name, Yahweh. Together we call your name, Yahweh.
there's no one they can give to us better than NIGERIAN. Every hatred was only too they gave us fight on them. There's no amount of killings will kill our love for our country. There's nothing they can say to us will keep us from our freedom. There's nothing they can do to us to keep us from our freedom. There's nothing they can say to us will keep us from each other. There's nothing they can give to us will stop us from our struggle. Jumbo kike abiama, omogena ogita, wewe suna babwani, toso gibucha. God the Creator Almighty, we're calling on you today, where everyone else failed us, only you we trust. There's no one they can give to us better than NIGERIAN. Envy, hatred was only two they gave us, fight on them.
We've had very serious problems with Christians who have been murdered, killed in Nigeria. We're going to be working on that problem, and working on that problem very, very hard, because we can't allow that to happen.
IPOB, we worldwide. DJ Risky, real bets.
Everything we've been through got us here now. Yeah. Everything we've been through got us here now.
There's no one they can give to us better than NIGERIAN. Envy, hatred was only two they gave us, fight on them. There's no amount of killings will kill our love for our country. There's nothing they can say to us will keep us from each other.
Jumbo kike abiama, we're calling on you today,
where everyone else failed us, only you we trust.
Jumbo kike abiama, omogena ogita, wewe suna babwani, so gibucha.
There's no one they can give to us better than NIGERIAN. Every hatred was only two they gave us, crocodile smile. There's no amount of killings will kill our love for our country. There's nothing they can say to us will keep us from each other.
Jumbo kike abiama, omogena ogita,
wewe suna babwani,
so gibucha. God the Creator Almighty, we're calling on you today,
where everyone else failed us, only you we trust.
Zobu, Zobu, and together
Father, we call your name. Yahweh, Benjamin Madubugo. We call.
Welcome back. You're still watching Sunrise Early News Analysis on Biafra Television. And we are reaching from Biafra land. I am Ngozi Chukwu, and I have Master Bright Oracle with me in the studio this morning. Because we are looking at the happenings in Biafra land, a lot of things are going on, and of course our people are being kidnapped on daily basis by the Nigerian military. As it stands now, no one is safe. No principal officer is safe in Biafra land. No IPOB member is safe in Biafra land. No hardcore member of IPOB is safe because they keep arresting, not just arrest, sorry, they keep kidnapping. They kidnap and abduct our people on daily basis by 3 a.m., 5 a.m. and you know what that means. We do not even know the destination they are taken, and of course it's very important to alert the world. Of course, the two people that has been arrested presently is Mr. Justice Ude. Then we'll have another one at Enugu Abakpa zone in the person of Emmanuel. The person of Emmanuel, who was abducted yesterday early morning of yesterday, 3 a.m. Abakpa zone, Emmanuel Chibo. And of course, who knows the next person? It could be myself, it could be Mazi Oracle, it could be anyone. And you know what, they are trying to see how to shut down the evangelism on election boycott. I know what it means. Getting to you know, any of us that tries to air the you know, we try to educate the people, we try to make it known to the world, but we are not afraid of them. We are never afraid of them because we have signed it, and this generation must restore Biafra. That's just all we know, and our people must remain resolute. Our people must remain resolute. Very, very important. So wherever you are, keep telling the word, keep tweeting it. Ensure the social media is filled up with these. Get the pictures of these people arrested, and let's keep educating, let's keep sensitizing our people about the need for the election boycott, while we also alert the world on their threat and the evil perpetrated against Biafrans. It's very, very important. Call on the phone. Hello. Hello, call on the phone. Can you hear me?
Good morning to you, Ngozi.
Thank you very much. Good morning from here. What's the name you are calling from?
Thank you very much. My name is Ugo. I'm calling from Enugu province this morning. Good morning, my fellow Biafrans, friends of Biafrans and lovers of freedom. May the blessing of Almighty Chukwu Ikabiyama, the creator of heaven and earth, continue to be with us.
You say.
We, the indigenous people of Biafra, we must remain resolute. The intimidation that is rolling around on the land of Biafra will never discourage us on what we are asking. The Zoological Republic, zoo police and zoo soldiers who found delight in intimidating innocent Biafrans, I want to remind them that that is the reason why they will continue to suffer and die prematurely, and they will not be successful in anything called battle they engage in. But we are assuring them that we are boycotting the zoological election. We are not going to participate in the election anymore. We are not going to participate anymore in the election. We must be free. What we are asking is the total freedom of our land. And no man on earth can stop us not to be free. Freedom comes from the Almighty God. As they continue to intimidate us, as they continue to kill us, adopt us and kidnap us, this is zoo soldiers and zoo police that run away from Zambita Forest, Boko Haram, that also equipped Fulani herdsmen to kill innocent people, but they are coming to our land to adopt and kidnap innocent IPOB members. We are telling them that time will come. If they come to arrest us, we will make sure that we destroy them. They should have it in mind. When it comes to the evil governors that is sending them their generation to come, we want to remind them that the killings of Biafrans past so many decades of years And the killings of Biafrans today, we will never ever forget it. All the saboteurs in our land, your family will pay. There is nothing will make us not to come after your family as you continue to kill us. And we are promising you that we will not give up until we regain our freedom. My sister, may God, the blessing of Chukwu Dikadiama continue to guide and protect all you presenters of IPOB Radio Biafra and Biafran Television. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you. We'll have another caller there on the phone. Hello.
Good morning.
Thank you. Welcome to the
program. Good morning. I'm calling from Enugu Province. Yes, and my name is Ginika. I just want to contribute on the issue of Operation Python Dance. At least I'm following our Facebook. That is where I always do my contribution. I want to thank our reader what he has opened our eyes to see. You see, they say that Operation Python Dance is nationwide, Nigeria. Why is it that is UMAHI that launched their Operation Python Dance? Is UMAHI the president of the Nigeria? They're supposed to launch the Operation Python Dance in Abuja so that it will go nationwide. I ask you if there are people, and more especially those US men, they are called their police and army, they are killing their people. In their village, as I'm talking, they are killing, they refuse them to go to farm. But they are here, he is there to launch Operation Python Dance. That man must be inside. It's not correct. It's not correct. I think our people should talk to that man. Our people need to go, the elders of Ipob need to go and talk to that UMAHI. They should gather themselves and go and talk to that man to just disease himself from all this evil that he is doing. Because this thing will off him and his family. He said that he heard the message that the IPOB is planning to come and kidnap them. Kidnap them for what? I don't know. People should, elders of a boy should gather and go and talk to man. Elders of a boy, I'm calling them to gather and go and talk to man. If you refuse to listen to them, and they know what they will do to him. They will just carry out the gear and vanish him from that seat. What is he doing? What should we do all the people that is in the boy and all the Southeast? What happened in Enugu by 3 a.m.? They were telling us the worst part of it is that they break the door. They just came to steal, to kill that young man without anybody notice. Because the way they did is in front of criminals coming to somebody's house to kill. That is what they did in Enugu. By 3 a.m. is when the thieves come to steal from people and kill. That's exactly what, because he told them to be professional in what they are doing, to do it in a way that nobody will know what happened. The neighbors will run away now thinking that it's a thief, it's criminal. That is what they are doing, but they will not succeed. They will never succeed because our eyes have opened. Our leader has opened our eyes, and we have known what is happening, how they plan things, how they go about it. They say this Nigeria that they are doing Operation Python Dance all over Nigeria. Why is it that it was UMAHI that flag off the Operation Python Dance? Is UMAHI the president of the Zoo Republic? I don't know. I'm so angry, but I know that one day all of them will pay. They will pay for it. They will pay for what they did to us. Thank you, Mazi Riako. Thank you for your analysis. You have helped us. You have made us to understand more and more what they are doing. Thank you, Adam Gosi. Thank you, Adam Biafra. Keep on doing what you're doing. I thank our leader, Mazi Bekano. He's God's oracle. And God will always fight for us, and we will defeat all of them from
thank you very much. Thank you very much.
To Nigeria. Nigerians are afraid of us.
Hello, what's up?
Hello, good morning.
Thank you, good morning from here. What's the name you are calling from?
Thank you very much. Happy New Year once again. It's Mazioge Friday. I'm calling from Abakaliki province of Biafra land.
You're welcome.
I want to say good morning to all Biafrans all over the world, wherever they are watching and listening from. So may Chukwabiyama bless you all in the name of Yeshua.
Thank you.
This morning I want to quickly react to the statement made by the governor of Ebonyi State, saying that Ebonyi is not part of Biafra. This is a statement born out of frustration, because everybody knew it very well that Ebonyi is Biafra. No ramification, both in culture, in our language, our food, and everything. We are all Biafrans. So somebody who is sitting somewhere just to please his masters, reading the scripts written to him, is all statement born out of frustration. They are doing this because they want to please their northern cabals, their Hausa Fulani masters. We know all of that game. But what we cannot allow is for somebody, because of his selfish interest, deceive the entire masses of the state. Days are gone when you come out and make unnecessary statements and will keep quiet over it. There is a reward for every labor a man does, either good or bad. And the only thing that matters is the time. Only time will tell. And everybody will benefit from all the work he or she did. The governor of the state signing the Operation Python Dance 3. This is not the first time. Being the chairman, Southeast Governors Forum, whether he like it or he don't like it, he must sign it. But it is very shameful that the people who elected you, you will sign or you will be a party to their oppression. You give way for people to come and oppress them. And in few weeks to come now, you are also campaigning that they should come out and again and vote for you. It is very much disappointment that you guys, or you leaders, governors and people you feel you know what you are doing, don't actually know what you are doing. I wonder the face you used to go and campaign for these people. No matter how smart you feel you are, the people are aware of your plans and they know what you are doing. At the appropriate time, every man will receive the reward according to his labor. I want to tell the whole world, and Biafrans all over the world, especially those in Biafra land, that Ebonyi is Biafra. Not just in words. If you have been following us on social media, you will find out that the activities going on in Ebonyi State so far has proved Dave UMAHI wrong in all ramifications. Go to every state of Biafra land, and even outside Biafra land, there is no family unit and zone you will go that you will not see an Ebonyian there. Come to Ebonyi State here, in the rural areas, in the town. Our people are 100% responding to the call. to the restoration of the sovereign state of Biafra. So I wouldn't want anybody to use this statement as a cajole to Ebonyi people. This is a political statement meant to please some few cabals, and let no Biafran take it upon any Ebonyi that indeed your governor has said that Ebonyi is not Biafra. I know the spirit of the people that we are working with here, even those of them that are not within the state. Let us understand this as a political statement meant to please the few, because they really do not know what they are doing. Because if they understand what they are doing, they would have refrained and go back. But it is quite unfortunate they don't know and what is awaiting them. So I want to encourage all Biafrans all over the world, encourage your people. This is a fight that we must collectively fight. And every Ebonians, those outside the state, it is high time you begin to think back home, because it is not all easy here. Call your people at home. Let them know what to do. If you did not come back for the Christmas or perhaps the festive period, call them on phone. Tell them the needful. This is something that we must collectively do. And for those who have accepted the gospel, those who are already in the fold, those who are already in the family, I also want to encourage you to remain strong and resolute. Never you give attention to these people, because they have come to personally satisfy themselves. They don't care about you and I. All they care for is for their personal advancement, and that is what they are after. And for them to get this achieved, they must do everything available. They must do everything within human reach to get it satisfied and achieved. But we can no longer allow this to happen. We must demonstrate to the whole world that we are Biafrans. And in conclusion, I want to say again that Ebonyi State is Biafra, irrespective of whoever that will come up on air or anywhere and say it, that Ebonyi is not Biafra. Ebonyi is Biafra, part and parcel of Biafra. I wouldn't want to go beyond this, but let no myopic, because there are people whose ears are itching to hear some statement like this, and they will take it and begin to useless it. But what I'm telling them is that at the right time, they will know that Ebonyi is Biafra, and we are all Biafrans. Thank you very much, and may Chukwu bless you all.
You say, thank you. We have another call on the phone. Call on the phone, good morning.
Hello?
Hello, call on the phone. Hello. Your name and where you're calling from.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, you're welcome to the program. Your name and where you're calling from.
My name is Oras. I'm calling from Onitsha.
Okay, go ahead and make a contribution.
I'm a member of IPOB at Temple Zone, Ikadiamo. Hello?
Okay, you can go ahead.
Is it Olia?
Yes, yes, you can go ahead.
I can't hear you well, sir.
But go ahead.
Okay, let me go ahead.
Okay.
Okay. One, before I start, I want to beg the people in charge of Lejo Biafra at Onitsha. Let me speak to my direct. That lady of Biafra called in Ampo. Can I cover on Janina Onitsha? It's another law. I know go the ball of Obuna, our leader joined before well. I don't know, so because of the time I know now, most of us like one I'm making a satellite. I know when I say some people can really be good at satellite. So I'm already in charge. But because this radio now because radio now okay many people onye no mafia onye nebo obu once media dey on okay make a fan follow this radio the clear na photo onye no n'ụla onye nwụrụ anwụ onye ga-agba agụ na abịa na ọnụ radio Biafra agụ da bi onwa na onwe hu so I'm Mariuno in charge of that radio. I know go guys were. Oh, when it's not when I want to do on Zoom game, let them come forward and tell us. Can I what to do? My teammate is on that lady on our roll. No one was all got it off because they on a satellite. No one was lady Biafran at it off. Lady Biafran at it all the time. Then another thing, so let me go to EBONYI. EBONYI is my brother before, but he's not my brother anymore. Why I say that is that there's no anybody, father or mother, would prefer to kill his son or his daughter. EBONYI decided to work with our enemy, to kill our brothers and sisters. Let me tell him, that sword, several millions of Biafra during the war. We hunt them, we chase them, we pay them back. That are the land of Uburume. All those are all like holding a Benia, and most of them will continue to hunt them. Every time we innocent people. We innocent people. As the Mohela, they look now what they go my. You don't want a mother no one. No matter anything, no matter time shall tell, according to my leader. Time shall tell. You can't keep on killing innocent people. You feel that when you kidnap the IPOB members, when you kidnap the IPOB principal servant, that will stop Biafra. You are joking, you are dreaming. The only thing we save you, EBONYI. You are my brother before, but you are not my brother anymore because you are killing my brothers and my sisters. You are killing us. So I can't call you my brother anymore because why I'm calling you my brother is for me, for the whole world and Biafra people to know that I'm from Uburume. I'm from Uburume, totally in Anwen. So please, whatever you are doing, I shall tell. The land of Uburume can never let you, all of you to be free. As far as you people are killing our people, picking our brothers and sisters because of selfish interest. EBONYI, it shall not be well with all of you. It shall not be well with all of you. The only thing we save all of you is to stand by the truth, as God said that. God said that we shall know the truth and only the truth shall set us free. When you wake up and stop those evil things you are saying, you are talking, say Biafra, Ebonyi State is not Biafra. EBONYI, I know the time they created Ebonyi State, and you are telling me Ebonyi State is not a Biafra land. My father, even how many years that Nigerians know me, and you are telling me, Rob, you say that Ebonyi State is not Biafra land. You are wasting time. You get me go money on a position now. Go there while I got it and go and some of them melody but take a better today. Our land do blue nada when you so any opportunity now but you have to wake up. You have to stand by the truth. All of you.
Yes, my brother, I can round off. Please, some other callers are waiting.
Thank you all, Biafra.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
I thank you all of you. I thank everybody. I thank my leader, Mark.
Yes, part and parcel of Biafra. We have a call on WhatsApp. Call on WhatsApp. Good morning. Welcome to the program.
Good morning, my brother.
Good morning. Please, your name and where you're calling from.
My sister Ngozi. My name is Aikene Chukwu. I am calling from Kenya, Nairobi precisely.
Thank you so much.
We thank Chukwu Okike Abiyama. You know, what people should understand is that Biafra is a spirit. And you don't fight spirit with gun and bullet.
Exactly.
Biafra is beyond all of them. Both governors, senators, or whatever they call their names. Biafra is beyond them. They will not understand the things of spirit. Yes. Let me hit my point. What I would like to say, please, if anybody is calling on this platform, you have to make it snappy. You should understand that people are waiting. People are waiting to make their own point. So when you make your point, then you allow other people to make their point. So let me go back to Dave Umaru, because he's an Hausa man. Dave Umaru, that is his name. He's only one man. If he said that Ebonyi State is not a Biafra land, let him come out on ballot paper. Let us let's do it on referendum. He is only one man. He can only cast one vote. That is it. He can only speak for him and his family. That is what he can do. You can't tell us that Ebonyi State is not Biafra. Who give you that power? Okay, before Ebonyi State was created, who are we? Who are we then? We are in Enugu State. So are you telling me that Ebonyi State is not Igbo again? What are they saying? This is to tell people that they are all liars. Devil UMAHI can only stay there for 8 years. After 8 years, he will be irrelevant like others. So we know him. So whatever he's saying doesn't make sense to anybody. What he said, does that make sense to him himself that he's saying it? It doesn't make sense. You can't tell us that we are not Biafra. Ebonyi State is not Biafra. Who give him that order? Who give him the authority? We must continue. Biafra have come to stay. And
thank you so much.
If they want to go and jump into the lagoon, let them go and jump into the lagoon. Biafra has come to stay. We are not going back. If anybody feels that he's not a Biafra, let him go to the north, or let them come to referendum level. We do it, and we know who is Biafra and who is not Biafra.
Thank you, my brother. You have made your point clear. Call on the phone. Good morning. Welcome to the program.
Hello.
Good morning. Welcome to the program. Your name and where you're calling from. Call on the phone. Are you there? Okay, we have another call on the phone. Hello, good morning. Welcome to the program.
Yeah, good morning, right?
Good morning, my brother.
This is Prophet Vincent calling from Abakaliki Province, Biafra.
You're welcome to the program.
I start by thanking our leader and every IPOB and the Biafrans at large. The APC threatening Dave UMAHI, they are welcoming him, Dave UMAHI, governor of Ebonyi State. So then they will channel it to be IPOB threatening him of kidnapping. But we all know the truth. The man who is the drowning man, we know that they are overpowering him. He has a lot of campaigning. He has challenged different local governments, but he sees that the people are they are very angry. And then he don't know what to do again. That is why he has to invite Operation Python Dance as the chairman of the Southeastern Governors. He has to begin the operation by himself, announcing to the army that IPOB is threatening him. He don't know, he's a confused man. So therefore, Ebonyi State, that is Abakaliki Province, is purely Biafra. My late brother is a war veteran. He fought for the restoration of Biafra Republic. So now we are doing everything possible to make sure Biafra come. So anybody, any politician telling any government of Nigeria that Biafra land or Biafra will not be restored, or that he will sabotage Biafra, time shall tell. We, the entire Biafrans, both the Abakaliki province and the 5 provinces of the Biafra land, we are ever ready to make sure there is no election in the Biafra land. So no matter whatever, anybody having anything to say, whether you are governor, senator, or whoever, let's go to the poll, the referendum. We challenge them to come for referendum. Because referendum is the only truth we have. Anybody talking about Nigeria, whether election or whatever thing, the best thing is let's go to referendum. We don't want any election in Nigeria. So I thank you and remember us in the mighty name of Chukwu Kikabiama.
Thank you so much. You see, and of course, we the indigenous people of Biafra, we are focused and we are formidable. The governors cannot decide where is Biafra and where is not Biafra. We know who we are. So it's not left for Dave UMAHI to decide whether Biafra is Biafra land. The indigenous people, of course, know who they are. So Dave UMAHI have no right to decide whether Ebonyi is Biafra or not. Hello, we have a caller on WhatsApp. Caller on WhatsApp, good morning. Welcome to the program.
Yes, my comrade, I am sending greetings from here, and I want to say this very morning all our stations are very hot. I love the enthusiasm, and I encourage the spirit to go on, because nothing steers the spirit of man like when he has a word that gingered him up. Because the reason man fall is for him to rise. The reason man needs freedom is to come out of slavery. The reason we need to kind of come out of our old shell, let me just use this phrase. If a man wants to improve in life, you have to come out from usual life and step into unusual. And if you don't step into unusual, you are still going to repeat the same system, the same behavior, the same character, the same understanding, the same youth, the same friends you have been keeping for years that have not been able to bring a great impact into your life. You know, that is what they call reputational battle. You know, so when you look at it right now, Biafra is under siege of what they call yearly and repeated battle that needs to tackle seriously. Because if I should get you back to the Bible, when you read the book of 2 Samuel 21 verse 1, it says that David noticed that this famine in the land was a yearly cause. It was a yearly problem. It was a yearly issue, and he went and inquired of the Lord. And God now told him that the cause, the foundations of the problem was from Saul. So we have so many Sauls. We have so many Saul in the land of Biafra, and they are the foundation. They are the problem of our cause. They are the problem of our issues. They are the reason why our boys are in prison. They are the reason why our ladies are not yet married. They are the reason that our graduates don't have a job. They are the reason that we cannot be able to control our destinies. That is why we scamper for the whole world. How many of our sons they are supplying? I mean, they are supporting. How many of their children are abroad? How many of them are in the prison? You know, let me just tell you one thing. This David tomorrow is the genesis of the main problem we are having in that Biafra land, in the Biafra land right now, in this their dispensation, because he is collaborating with the Hausas, more or so with Nyanwodo, and they are working hand in hand with Ike Mado. Like I used to say, Biafra falling starts from Enugu State. I'm not talking about that is I don't know about, but go and read the history. We still have those very men that sabotage Biafras in that place, and these men are the people that are on the seat of the hem of affairs, that is politics. They are the opinion molders right now. And when Union stood at your doorstep of your financial breakthrough or your struggle, my brother, you will struggle more harder. You know, the reason Yeshua rose from death and came out easily was the angel interceded on behalf of him and rolled out the stones. These people stood as a stone to the doorstep of our breakthrough. They stood as a stone to the doorstep of our breakthrough. And until those stones are being rolled away, we will continue to brag. We will continue to live in abject subjugations and poverty and slavery and be traveling all the way from Bishop. There are some countries in the world that we don't need to go to, but when you get to every place, you see our people hawking. Is it not an irony? Bible said it that how dare you walking, a man with amenities, a man with dignity, walking on the barefooted, and his servant riding on his own horse. You walk on barefooted, but you are a billionaire. You have all it takes, and we are calling God of abundance. And that same God of abundance, how can you serve God of abundance, God of all sufficiency, and yet complain? which means something is wrong. There are stones that need to be rolled away. There are things that need to do. These very people will know our problem. When you know your problem, you go straight to face it, you go straight to tackle it, because when God revealed to David that Saul was his problem, go and read it very well. Go and read that very verse of the scripture, 2 Samuel 21. Read down very well. Until Saul is being removed. When you read Ezekiel 11 from verse 2 down, he said that these men are the people that decide. These people are the people that determines when one is to get job or not, when one is to graduate from school or not, when one is to live in his own house. That is why you get married and you leave your wife at home and travel to abroad, and another man and all those politicians will be sleeping with your wife at the same time, chasing you away from your from your inheritance. It is a cause, and our people are hell bent to know that these men are the demonic opinion molders that has held our destiny down. They help Usman Danfodio and all the Hausas oligarchy to propagate their demonic plans and all their evil intentions to make sure. Let me just ask two of you right now. Are you not even qualified to work in your own company or your own office? Does it mean that your brains are not working? It is working, but somebody is sitting upon your destiny. Somebody is sitting upon your glory, using your name to make things meet, using your destiny to shine. And while you are gallivanting and looking for ends meet, it is an irony. These are the stones that cover the existence, the dignities, the manifestations of our breakthrough until that stones is being rolled away. Do you know that if the angels did not roll away the stones, Yahweh Yeshua would have been in the grave up to today, because he is totally handicapped? But the angels went and rolled the stone, not even rolling the stone, they stood on it. Ghana rolled those stones away, and yes, Ghana where they are right now, and how to roll it away. Until we roll it away, my brother, we are still going to be talking and continue to talk. Let me just tell you, there are many ways to kill a rat. There are many ways to deal with spiritual things. There are many ways until you notice the foundation. And that is the fundamental aspect of a man's problem. If you have an umbilical cord connection, until you cut it off, you are still going to repeat the same thing that stopped your generation. The same, if your father built an uncompleted building, you will build and the same could not be able to finish.
All right, thank you very much, Pastor Chris White. Thank you very much. We'll have to drop it here and take another call. Of course, they've spoken well, and of course, you're right. Let's take another call. We have a call on WhatsApp. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, call on WhatsApp. Can you hear me? Yes, good morning. What channel are you calling from?
Yeah, good morning.
We can hear you. Go ahead.
Hear me?
Yes, we can. What channel are you calling from?
All right. This is Kasimo Biafran calling from Indonesia.
Okay, go ahead.
I want to use this medium to thank all of you for the marvelous work you guys are doing for Biafrans all over the world.
Thank you.
Including the younger generation that are about to come. I am so grateful. And I want to use this medium again to correct the last man that just said something now. You know, when you talk about our enemies, you don't have to generalize everybody as enemy. Everybody that comes from Enugu. This young man mentioned that the downfall of Biafra started from Enugu. You know, when you said Enugu, that means you have generalized everybody in Enugu as enemy of Biafra. So you should correct that impression. So if you want to say something about the state in Biafra, you appoint those that caused the downfall or whatever. Not, you know, saying that everybody from Enugu are saboteurs. We know how we are working seriously about Biafran achievement. So when he says such a thing, it wears our spirits down. Although nobody is perfect. but we are working on our own side to make sure that Biafra is restored. So let us carry everybody along. We know our enemies, those in powers, the governors and Nyawodo and so on and so forth. You know, most of them are they are mixed race, half Hausa, half Igbos. But Enugu is the founder of Biafra, and we are working day and night to make sure that Biafra is restored. So I thank everybody, both Biafra in diaspora and in local, for their great achievement. So we have to, you know, praise ourselves for what we have done. It's not an easy thing. We have gone far, like our leader said, and we have gone far beyond turning back. You know, so to carry everybody along, we have to make sure that we support each other. You know, so I thank you guys for what you have been doing for us. It's not an easy task to come on air morning and night to broadcast despite the presence of the enemy. So thank you very much, and God bless Biafra.
Bless you too. Thank you so much. Of course, we know our enemies. We know who they are. We know them by their names. We know their family. And of course, their names are in our record.
Yes, we know them.
Everything about them.
We know them because it can only take an enemy to come and tell you that Ebonyi State is not part of Biafra.
Exactly. Call on WhatsApp, hello. Hello, they call on WhatsApp. The caller on WhatsApp, are you there? Can you hear me? Okay, we lost the call. We'll have another caller there. Hello.
Hello, how are you? Good morning, Marzi.
Good morning. Welcome to the program.
I can hear you. Good morning.
Thank you. Go ahead. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, Marzi.
We have a call on the phone. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning to you.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning to you. Welcome to the program.
Good morning.
We can hear you. Please go ahead.
Okay, my name is Alu Sunday. I'm coming from Lagos, and I'm from Ebonyi Province. Are you hearing me?
Yes, we can hear you. Hello, call on WhatsApp.
Okay.
Hello.
Hello. Can you hear me?
All right. My name is. Can you hear me?
We can hear you. Please go ahead.
All right. My name is Ben. I'm calling you from Abuja.
Please go ahead. We can hear you.
Yeah, I just want to make some contributions. It's just that we are facing a very serious struggle, so we shouldn't expect it to be easy. It's something that we take gradually, like the leader of Ipob have said, hasn't undergone, but
Okay, disconnected. Let's see if we can reconnect. The network is poor. Hello, call on WhatsApp. Call on WhatsApp, can you hear me?
Hello, good morning. My name is Kelechi. I'm calling from Lagos.
You're welcome. Go ahead.
Madam Gozi, am I coming out clear?
Yes, you are coming out loud and clear.
All right. To add to your program this morning, Madam Gozi, thank you, Mr. Riak. God bless you.
Thank you so much.
Dave UMAHI is saying that Ebonyi State is not Biafra land. I want to agree with him, but I want to give him assignment. If he claims that Ebonyi State is not Biafra land, let him come out in the street of Abakaliki without Nigerian police and soldier. Let him walk on the streets the way our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu normally walk. Don't walk on the street of Abakaliki and tell the people of Ebonyi that Abakaliki or Ebonyi State is not part of Biafra. Then the whole world and we will agree with him. But as long as he's carrying those criminals, those armed robbers call themselves Nigerian police around him, and maybe we'll go to one newspaper and sat down that way, the one place I said the Ebonyi State is not part of Biafra. That is newspaper talk. So whenever he's ready to tell to us and tell us that Ebonyi State is not part of Biafra, let him put and put them at home and come to the street of Ebonyi State and say it openly. If he ever get back to Ubru, I will know that he's true dead for mine. That bastard, the only thing that bastard is good on doing is publishing the people of Ebonyi State. That is the only thing is good since he has been. All these governors strike because we have all decided to be peaceful at this time. But they should not forget it's not going to continue like this. We are all over the world, even here in Lagos. If you, like I said yesterday, if you come to Lagos here, 80% of the hawker, those who are hawking biscuit, pure water in Lagos, 80% of the hawker is from Ebonyi State. What is Dave UMAHI doing to bring those people back? What is Dave UMAHI doing to make sure that these young men, some of them are aged below 14 years, 18 years, what they do is to hawk pure water, sell shoe bag, carry it around street and Lagos here. You see Kai, you see Lasma carrying them, adopting them every day. They are keeping them in one prison at Ikrodu. They are taking some, putting them in one prison at Badagry. All those boys are from Ebonyi State. What is the Dave UMAHI doing to bring them back home? What is Dave UMAHI doing to make sure that these people get employment? What does Dave UMAHI doing to make sure that these boys stay in the school, that they don't go out hawking in the other people's state, hawking at the street? Dave UMAHI will come out our newspaper and tell us that the Ebonyi State is not part of Biafra. God will punish.
Okay, thank you very much. We lost that call. We lost the call. No, he's from Ebonyi State and really angry. You know what it means? Coming to, tell you that Ebonyi is not Biafra land.
Yes, and that is the importance of allowing our people to make this call, because the people themselves will tell the governor who is a Biafran.
Call on WhatsApp. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, good morning. Welcome to the program. We can hear you.
Hello.
Hello, good morning. Welcome to the program.
Hello.
Okay, you cannot hear us. Sorry about that. You try and call back. Very important.
So you see, the governor himself doesn't know who he is. He doesn't actually. You don't blame him. He's one of those men who, if you watch him very well, there's no difference between him and a Fulani man. He has become part and parcel of the Fulani, so he can come on air and say anything. But the people, of course, the real owners of the land know who Biafra is, know who is a Biafran, because Ebonyi State is Biafra land, and of course the people themselves are angry to hear that their governor never made such a statement.
Hello, call on WhatsApp. We can hear you. Good morning. What's the name? Where are you calling from?
Good morning. What is your name? Good morning, Mazo.
Good morning, my sister. Welcome to the program.
My name is EBONYI. I'm calling from Ipob. The answer to your question for today is May 1953.
May 1953. Okay, let me get your name again.
No, 1953.
I mean your name. Your name. Can you repeat your name?
I can't hear you.
Your name.
Your name.
Hello? My name is EBONYI.
Okay, thank you very much.
I'm calling from
Ipob.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Okay, so go ahead.
Of course, the Ebonyi. Remember that Dave UMAHI have said it before. And of course, our leader simply drove into Ebonyi State. That was all he did. And he saw the whole streets. You saw the whole land. The real owners of the land came to welcome the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra. And of course, Dave UMAHI couldn't come out that day to defend himself. Our leader was there, and of course, he even drove to the government house, drove across the government house, and Dave UMAHI went hiding. You know, whenever he wants to make the people angry, actually, I think that he's doing it for a reason. Because the military men are around, so he wants the people to be angry. I think that they will lose control. We are focused on what we are doing. So he just want to incite the people to be angry, so that they will stand up and go to the street, so that he will command the army to start shooting. I think he's doing it for a reason.
Call on the phone. Hello.
Hello. Good morning.
Thank you. Good morning. What channel are you calling from?
Hello.
Can you turn down the volume of your listening device, please?
Yeah. My name is Anil Sandos from Lagos. I am from Ebonyi province. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Hey, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. So, I agree to Mazurak and Madam David. I'm very happy for hearing from you people once again this morning.
Thank you so much.
I must commend you people for what all IPOB has been doing towards the restoration of our mother's land. And for what Dave UMAHI said is the confusion governor, so he doesn't know what he's doing. That is exactly what he said last time that made our leader to come to Ebonyi to prove to him that Ebonyi belongs to Biafran. And there is no two ways about it. Because ask him what is his name. The answer is, ask him if he is outstanding or who is Yoruba name. Ask him. Now we have 4 market days in Ebonyi, and we bear the names of that market. We answer Wike, we answer Nwere, we answer Nwafu, we bear also Nwankwo. Ask him if I will answer that 4 market days name. For him, he believes that maybe as he's here as a governor, that he can use that confusion, or because he's very confused, he doesn't know what he's doing. So it's a warning for him that whatever he's doing, all of them is in record. You know, just like I normally say that when God revealed to me how Biafra will come 18 years ago, and I started asking God, how did that be? He told me that he's going to raise a young man. I asked him, how did the young man come? Then on the process, that time Rico was as a Masov leader. I was asking, is it this man? He said no. That this one will not be able to carry the heat. That is still fortifying the man. That when the man appears, the world will see him. I started telling my people, even if I travel since 18 years ago, that God said that Biafra will be restored and he's going to raise a young man that told him Biafra will come. So when Nnamdi Kanu appears, the first day I cited on his poster, I told my people that here comes the man that God has been revealed to me that will take us to the promised land to restore our mother's land. People said, how sure am I? I say yes, I am very sure because I got this revelation. I did not know much more about Biafra. But when God started telling me in the revelation that I must keep on telling people about Biafra, whether I like it or not. So I kept on saying it. And I told people that in 2013, that Jonathan will now enter that seat again in 2015. They started arguing with me. I told them that Buhari will be the one. They asked me why. I said yes, that Buhari is entering there for a purpose for Biafra to be restored. So it was a very big problem between me and my people because they said, how can I support Hausa? I said, I'm not supporting Hausa, but it is what I had. It is what God revealed to me. They asked me, how can Buhari sign Biafra to come? I told them that God says it will be very difficult for him to sign it, but in his regime, Biafra will be restored. They asked me, but the politicians, will not allow the Biafra to come. I said yes. God has did to me a time past that God is going to push away those people.
Have other callers waiting.
Those people that will be an obstacle for Biafra when Biafra comes. That He will finger them and single them by the side so that the whole world will see them. So that when Biafra be restored, all those things.
Hello, call on WhatsApp.
Yeah, hello.
Good morning to you. What's your name?
Good morning,
Good morning, my brother. Welcome to the
regarding Dave UMAHI have made us to know that Ebonyi IPOB is very formidable. Because if you look on what Dave UMAHI trying to say, Dave UMAHI knows there will be no election in Ebonyi. So you want the Buhari or Dubri or the other people, you need what they did in Obiano in Onitsha. That's why he made that statement he made yesterday. That meant if you look at it, he wants them to put him there back. He knows there will be no election in Biafra land. So our people in Ebonyi are formidable. So Biafra, don't panic, don't do anything. What he wants is he wants them to put him there back as they put Obiano. That is what Ebonyi. And another one I want to say today is our people in social media, mainly Facebook, there's a DSS going on there. They'll be putting on a lady picture or a girl picture, and they'll be chatting you to get your number or your information. So if you are working on IPOB, know how you release your data online. And again, what I want to say again is I want to thank God for our Jewish brothers as they released them yesterday. I want to tell other our brothers who is in Grand, who are doing work for IPOB. You have to know that whenever you have been arrested, IPOB must definitely come to release you. So whenever police caught you, don't fear, don't think. Your people all over the world and people in the ground, we must make sure we bring you out. So don't put any fear on you whenever they arrested you or whatever, or you are in the jail or you are anywhere you are. Keep praying. IPOB, principal officers and the lawyers must come to you and they must bring you out. So I want to advise our people at the ground to keep on saying there is no election. Anywhere there is no any IPOB, let us go there and create zone. And my sister, those are our brother or our sister who are saying there is no IPOB in their place. Once they go on that place, ask them to do underground work to make sure there is IPOB in their place. It is their own duty to make sure there's an IPOB on their place. Everybody who are listening now, if there's no any IPOB in your place, it is your duty to make an underground work to make sure you start IPOB in your place. You know people you will call, you know how you will do it, and gather your people, let them be saying Biafra or nothing. Because we have seen Nigeria as a third state. And there's our brother who are calling from Kenya, his name is Kenneth Chuku. I don't know if we are having IPOB in Kenya. If not, please endeavor to gather people there. I had the Uganda people are coming up. Everybody, anywhere you are listening to this voice, make sure you create an IPOB office. Thank you, my sister.
Thank you so much.
Oh, hey, Biafra.
Biafra will help you. Thank you very much. Because we have a few minutes to go and we will draw the curtain for today. We have a few minutes to go. So call in and make your contribution is very important. Of course, our Jewish brethren who we are released, you know, it shows that we don't abandon our own. Not at all.
Of course, we cannot abandon our own. Actually, there was no reason why they should have been arrested in the first place. The governor of Abia State actually wanted to prove himself to be a strong man. He wanted to satisfy his masters. But the truth is that it's not anybody who wants to show strength that would turn to the IPOB. That is just their mistake. The mistake Okezim has made, the mistake Dave UMAHI is making, is that when they are being pressurized by the Fulani Caliphate, when they are being pressurized by their masters, they will turn to IPOB. That is enough. And of course, arresting them was the worst mistake Okezim has made. And I think he would forever regret ever touching our people again.
Okay, thank you very much. Lines are open. Please call in and make your contribution. We'll be taking just 2 more calls 2 more calls and we will be drawing the curtain for today. Call in, let's hear your own, let's know what your take is. And of course, the Southeastern governors should know that, of course, we are there and we are taking record of everything. Very important.
The Igbo governors, a good number of them, you know, this election period, a good number of them simply want to destabilize IPOB by all means, and because they want to be governor. They want to remain in Nigeria, whereas we say we don't want Nigeria. We're not Nigerians, and they cannot force us to be Nigerians. And of course, one thing they must understand is that the pain is deep, and we cannot bear it anymore. Because we know they don't understand what we are talking about. They don't understand the pain because they steal enough money, because they have houses abroad, because they are sitting in their comfort, surrounded by Fulani army and Fulani police. They don't understand the plight of the people. And of course, when they destroy our infrastructure, the people are running out. They don't really understand it.
Hello, call on WhatsApp.
Hello.
Hey, what's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good morning.
Good morning to you.
I'm Nemeka Ezekweche, calling from South Africa, from Enugu province, Agotan.
Okay.
Yeah. I thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I thank our angels and our Savior Mazin Andikalo. Angel Ngozuka, I thank you. Angel Mazin Bright Uriak, I thank you so much. You people are working hard for us. God Almighty, strength will give you the wisdom. Furthermore, I want to contribute on the issues of Okeze and UMAHI, but UMAHI particularly. You know, when anytime they do election in Nigeria, we never bring anybody out. These people impose foreigners to us, Fulanis. Those people, if you think I'm lying now, let's bring indigenous of any Igbo land and take these people to any test. You can see that these people, they impose foreigners for us. So the people who can do their own will not be full of us. Because the person, your brother can, there is things your brother can never do to you. There is the things your loved ones can never do to you. These people, they just bring it to them to repress us. Now, the issues of UMAHI telling us that Abakreke EBONYI is not Biafra land. Remember the same time, we don't even supposed to fight too much. Remember the same time when Nandikal wants to go and visit, Savior of Nandikal wants to go and visit EBONYI. Remember the same word, he said it, there is not Biafra land, and what later happened. So now, we're not supposed to take his word because he's a remote. That man there is just a TV. He has the remote somewhere present. So whatever thing you press to your TV and your set is what is gonna come on. If you say off, off. You say come in, come in. So those people are toys. We are better than them. More far than them. Notice it. They are just working, dead people working. So now they say that IPOB, we are threatening them. I remember one time we are still in Aba, a kidnapper, and anybody that say this boy is a bad person, even though you that you have ever kidnapped before, when you see that guy that kidnapped you or you see the gang where they are passing, you just smile. Even though that smile, it doesn't come from your mind, you just smile and go. If why they are making all those rubbish they are saying in Biafra land is because of we never hold one responsible. If you hold anyone responsible, they can never come outside and talk, even talk about us. They will be going directly. They have the post to come inside anywhere they are to say this place is not a Biafra land, this place is not Biafra land, because we never rise against any one of them. If we do, these people will be scared of us. But anyway, let's not just toy spoil our joy today, because mine is a toy, so everybody can see it, even the foreigners, everybody that is listening. But why these people are trying to prove them wrong is because of the foreigners, the people who doesn't know, the people that is listening to Radio Biafra, the Yorubas, the Hausas, the neighboring countries. But we ourselves, we know what is going on. You know, remember when they say politics is a dirty game? Politics is a dirty. Politics means lie. You turn everything upside down. When you see what it says, a black. So now we don't do with the politics. Look at you, Angelo Ngozika. How can you get yourself with that kind? So we don't supposed to go with God give us angels that is reading us and the Savior Mazin and the. Well, anyway, I thank you people all for your good work. Keep it on.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Of course, we'll be drawing the curtain here for today. But before we go, Mansurak, what message do you have?
Yes, we have to continue being focused. Dave UMAHI cannot decide where is Biafra. We, the indigenous people of Biafra, we know our land, we know our people, we know everything. All we need to do is get focused and continue to get Biafra restored. Our people should remain resolute. Wherever you go, make sure you keep saying it. Make sure you keep saying it to their face. We are not voting in 2019 election.
Okay, thank you very much. Of course, everyone needs to know that we are not voting. We are not going to vote. We must continue to boycott the election. Thank you so much. And you keep evangelizing. It is very, very important. Okay, thank you for joining us today. Do join us again tomorrow, same time, same station. From here in the studio, we say to you, do have a nice and wonderful day ahead. I remain Ngozi Chukwuka. Bye for now.
They can give to us better than Nandikano. Every hatred was all it took. They gave us crocodile smile. There's no amount of killings will feel our love for our country. There's nothing they can say to us will keep us from each other. Chuko kike abiama. Omogina ogita Wekwensu na babwani So gibuchan God the Creator Almighty, we're calling on you today. Where everyone else failed us, only you we trust. Zobu, Zobu, and together we call your name, Yahweh, Benjamin Madabugo. Together we call your name, Yahweh. Together we call your name, Yahweh. Strong, smart, dedicated people, Humpty Dumpty sat on the wall. Nigeria broken, can be fixed. Evil love themselves, they know that. Do you really know what it means to be evil when really got no one but yourself? Don't want Paul, you can say your prayers, get in touch to the ancestors. Know yourself and who you are, where we're from and where we are headed. Purchase everything to our people. Seek you first, the kingdom of God, and join the fight for Biafra freedom. Don't let nobody tell you otherwise. Biafra is coming, I see how clearly in our hearts is where she's been born. We go, let her out for the world to see how beautiful she is. Biafra, together we call your name, Yahweh. Together we call your name, Yahweh. Together we call your name, Yahweh. There's no one that can give to us better than Nandikano. Every hatred was all it took. They gave us 5 There's no amount of killings will kill our love for our country. There's nothing they can say to us